The man who does more than what he's paid for soon will be paid for more than he's doing. Let me say that again. The man who does more than he is paid for will soon be paid for more than he does. That's a proverb that my dad used to tell me. My dad used to tell me quite a lot of different sayings, but that one stuck with me, you know, because it's deep when you think about it, really. And by the way, when I say paid, it could be in different ways. It doesn't necessarily have to always be with money. You could be paid with attention. In turn, that attention that is paid to you for you going the extra mile could be paid by a man of great status, great wealth, or a woman even. And just because of that, puts you in a better position to be promoted, or even thrown into a better position in life, all because you've gone the extra mile. You see, the problem I have with people in this first world, as we call it, it's like, oh, we have this mentality of, oh, that's not my job. We don't want to go the extra mile to do the extra work because we feel like we're too privileged, you know, or not necessarily privileged. We're just doing what we're doing. It's almost like we're just stuck in a tunnel vision, and we don't want to look outside because we're not getting paid for it, you know. And that mentality only gets you but so far. It's when you're doing that, going that extra mile, you know. I feel like we're in this country, we take a lot for granted. You know, we have so much at our fingertips. You know, even little things like running tap water. You know, when I was in Nigeria, my dad took me to Nigeria, and it wasn't. He said it was a holiday, but it wasn't a holiday. It was a life lesson, and I hated it at first. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, "Oh, it was fabulous. It was great." I hated it, but after a couple of weeks, do you know what? I really started to enjoy it. But the point I'm trying to make here is that in Nigeria, well, where I stayed in the village where I'm from, there wasn't any running tap water. You have over here, you just open the tap and it just comes out. There was a well, and they had we had a bag attached, like a plastic bag. I think it was rubber actually. It was a rubber bag attached to a long rope, and then we would have like loads of small buckets, and in the house we would have a big blue bucket, one in the bathroom, and then we would have one in the kitchen, and there was like pipes connected to this blue bucket, which, you know, you turn on and off to let the water flow out of the bucket. So basically what you would have to do, usually in the morning, is go to the well. It wasn't far, luckily. It's not like we're walking miles. It was just there, right outside the house. But so we would have to go to the well, throw the bag down, the little blue rubber bag, the black rubber bag, sorry, and then bring up the water, pour it, and you have to do that. The bag was only about this big. So you're doing that about, I don't know, 50 times to fill the one bucket, and then probably another 50 times to fill the other bucket, and then another 50 times to fill the other bucket, and then another 50 times to fill the other bucket, and then you would carry the buckets inside the house and then pour them into the big blue bucket, and then you have to go back out again and do that repeat maybe 3 or 4 times. And it was hard work. And that was just so that we could have a bath, you know, just so that we could cook some food. Like, and like in this country, we're just privileged. We take it for granted, you know. I was born here. I was born in England. I went back to Nigeria when I was like 14, 15, 16 roughly. Them ages there, you know. And during that stay at my dad's, when I was living with my dad, because I lived with my dad from the ages of like 11, and you know, and then after a coming back from Nigeria, I sort of came back to live with my mum. I was about 16, 17. So I stayed with my dad for a good 7 years, roughly. 7 years. And in that, he always taught me, and my older brother, how to manage stuff. So in the bath, even in England, we would have a black bucket in the bath, and we would fill up that bucket, and that was all we was allowed for the bath. It's not like you just turn on and then we're having a shower. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why he, was restricting us. So we have the bucket, then we have like a little measuring jug, and we would sort of have to wash ourselves and then pour the water, And if we ran that tap, you could hear the boiler. My dad would hear the boiler coming. We'd run upstairs, conk on the head. Your head just went whoop, like in the cartoons. You get a conk, whoop, and then you see the little birds going around your head. So yeah, you daren't turn on the tap. You wouldn't dare turn on that tap. That you fill up that bucket to the max, because that was all you was allowed, and you would have to manage it. So you would have to rinse yourself, and then maybe you use the soap, wash yourself, then rinse yourself again. By that time the bucket's gone down about that much. You probably got half left to play with, just over half. So with that, you've got to wash your hair. You got to really manage it. I didn't understand that, but now, or not even now, but as I've got older, I've realised, it's teaching us to manage stuff, to be respectful also of water, because we take things for granted in this country. We don't realise, water is something that you have to pay for it. Really and truly, you have to pay for it. And then there's some places they don't even have a clean water, as you've probably seen on the UNICEF adverts and the first aid adverts. And that's true. Like, there's places out there that are like that. There's actually no water or clean water. Even when they do get to water, it's not clean, and the people are all deformed and malnourished. It's horrible. I don't think anyone should have to live like that. But yeah, don't get me wrong. There's places in Nigeria with running water. Like, oh yeah, believe that. There's well-built buildings and roads over there. It's not like everyone's in a hut and no one has running water. I'm just saying in the villages, like where the traditional people are, where I was from, that particular place didn't have running water. And I'm sure my dad could have took us to a place of running water, but he done that to teach us, look, this is how to survive. This is how some people were living. Even to wash our clothes, we had to do the same thing. Fetch the water, fill up the bucket. There wasn't no washing machine. You don't just press the button and then the thing comes on and then it's washing. No. You had to get the soap, the washing powder soap, and the water up, and put your clothes in the bucket and wash it like this by hand. Wash it through. To wash it properly, it take you a good 3-5 minutes to wash a large cloth, like a bed sheet or something. To wash that, it'll take you a good 5-10 minutes to wash that. If you do it properly, and then you got to wring it out, and then do it again, wash it again. Proper traditional hard work. Manual labour, not no press the button and the machine comes on. That's what I'm saying. In this country, we take these things for granted. It's become like it's the norm. If there was to ever be a satellite failure or massive power cut, surge, or catastrophic event, God forbid, and we had to go back to survival mode, back to hunting. A lot of people wouldn't be able to survive because they're so used to being privileged. Not to say that we should all start washing our clothes by hands and stuff, but I'm just saying we should learn to appreciate more. Appreciate the things we have. Let's not take them for granted. Let's learn to respect the things we have. There's people out there don't have these things, you see. So we gotta take into account that there's people out there that have to live like this. And I'm really glad in the way I went through that, because I saw another side of life. And when I came back to England, I really started to appreciate the small things that we have over here. We are blessed to be. I'm blessed to be born here. Could have been born anywhere. I'm sure there's other places in the world. If you're in India, rural parts of India, or South America, I'm sure there are places like that too. And it's just a shame that people over here just abuse the privilege that's given to them, and then on top of it, they're ungrateful. On top of it, it's not enough for the washing machine to just press the button and the clothes wash. Oh no, we want a dryer that we can just press the button and the clothes dry. We're too lazy to even hang the clothes out, you know. So yeah, I've gone off topic there, but I just thought I'd bring that to your attention, because the point I'm trying to get to is that you gotta do more. Just doing that extra little bit more could take you a long way in life. It could pay you a lot more in life. And the only way you can start to do more is if you start to appreciate your job, start to appreciate people around you that are also working in the job or doing the things you're doing, studying that course. Start to appreciate even the pen that you have to write with, the light that you got on your desk with the paper that you're writing on. Appreciate the appliances you've got around you, and in turn the universe will start to appreciate you for appreciating, because you're sending out these signals as well, and it's coming back to you. You know, you're sending out these signals of ungratefulness and you don't appreciate nothing. That's what you're going to get back. You're going to get depreciated. That's why a lot of people out here, they seem to never have any luck in life. It's because of the signals that they're putting out. They're not being grateful, and they're not appreciating, and they're not doing that little extra bit more. So yeah, the lesson for today is strive to do more, and more will come back to you. Strive to appreciate appliances and the smaller things in life. And just remember, there's someone out there that doesn't have it like how you've got it. Alright guys, I hope you've learnt something from that today. And yeah, please too visit Nigeria. I'm not saying that it's a mud hut place. There's beautiful places out there that do have electric and running water. It isn't like the way it looks on TV. There's a nice part to it as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd highlight that, because I feel like people need to be aware that there is places where we don't have the things that we have over here in abundance. So yeah, that's it guys. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.